As you all know, mental health is an enormous part of my life and something I try and speak on as much as I can to break the stigma, and it affects every single community. But for many, in the Spanish-speaking community specifically, those conversations can still feel really hard to have. Today, we are joined by two angels, two people, two gorgeous human beings, thank you, who are working to break those barriers and also end the stigma. Good on you all. Here with us is Sarah, the president and CEO of Jefferson Center for Mental Health, which I love, hello, and Julissa, an attempt survivor and public health advocate who I've already become friends with. They're here to talk about a very powerful event we want to introduce you to called Grita Tu Identidad. Did I say it right?
You said it right.
Yes, okay. So this is a space designed to help people feel seen, heard, and supported, which sometimes people can't do. So Sarah, before we get to the event, thank you for being here first off. For many people who are not familiar, what is Jefferson Center for Mental Health?
Jefferson Center is a mental health and substance use disorder treatment facility. We serve all of our community, all ages, all backgrounds, and it's everything on the continuum of care from crisis response services all the way to outpatient ongoing care and treatment.
Bless you. Bless. I know so many people who are on that spectrum,
Yes.
including myself too. Julissa, what does the work that Jefferson County Mental Health mean to you just personally?
What means to me is that it's a space for me as a Latina where I can Grita Tu Identidad, where I can shout out my identity and say that I'm an attempt survivor and not be so ashamed of it. Jefferson Center has opened doors for all of us who has been attempt survivors and make us feel like we're home.
Amen. Amen. And not alone. That's amazing.
And not alone, yes.
That's amazing. Now, Julissa, let's talk about the upcoming event. I want to say Grita Tu Identidad. Am I saying it?
Perfect.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. You got it.
Yes. What is it? How did it come to be? Talk to me about this.
Well, Sarah and I, we were at a lunch meeting when she asked me, do you know if any trainings for providers on in cultural competent care where they can hear from the community? What is it? How can we get better? How can Jefferson Center for Mental Health get better? And I said to her, you know, it's nothing out there, but you and I can start something.
Wow.
And it started from a lunch meeting, and now here we are. We have organized the first mental health conference in Colorado in Spanish with translation into English for providers, where they can come in here for the community itself. All of my panelists are not famous people,
right,
but they have famous stories.
Oh, wow. How's the community, I just want to know, how's the community responded to this?
The community has been surprised, saying, can we say the truth? Can we say our truth to the providers? Telehealth or telemedicine, we're not familiar with that. Can we tell them that? And I say, yes, this is for you. This is for you to Grita Tu Identidad. Shout out your identity and let the providers know what kind of care we want. Research and studies can show one thing, but the real stories can show another.
I think it's amazing that you found a hole and decided to fill it just yourselves, two of you, go-getters, unbelievable. Yes. Sarah, this event, it is one of a kind, and it is extremely thoughtful about the community it's about. What is this, I'd like to just get personal for you, what does this mean for you?
Yeah. Well, this is really our recommitment to the Latino community, the Spanish-speaking community. We are invested in our own education around how to provide culturally relevant, culturally competent care in a way that the community wants to receive that care.
Right.
So this is just an exciting reinvigoration of that commitment. And you know, so pleased to partner with Julissa on this event. It's just going to be fantastic and really one for years to come.
Yeah, well, she has what you call the star power.
She does.
Thank you.
It emanates coming from you.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so let's say it happens, the event happens. I want both of your answers on this.
Okay.
What do you want people there to walk away with? What is the goal for you to really, they got it, we did our job? What would that mean for you?
For me, I want my community to go home thinking, gosh, we say our story, and now the providers heard it. Now the care will be with cultural validation, because it's very different than competent. Cultural validation is validating the communities that we wish to serve for better health outcome. Competent, I don't think none of us can be competent ever, because there's so many cultures, so many religions, so many languages, right? So I want our community to feel that they're heard,
Yeah.
and that that the job was done, you know, and And because for them it's scary also to be panelist and say their truth.
Yeah, it's just very brave what you're doing. You're a testimony
Yes.
teacher. I'm very proud, very amazed by you.
Especially for Latino immigrant women,
Yes.
that their life is perfect, that they, you know,
keep it in.
culturally, they keep it in.
Yes.
And we're not allowed to speak our truth. So we're coming out and shouting our identity, you know, and that's where the name came about. Grita Tu Identidad.
Shout out your identity.
Shout out your identity.
I love that. Sarah, what is this sort of, what do you wish they would walk away with?
Yeah, well, I'll take the lens of our clinicians, our prescribers, our nurses who will be there, the provider community that will be there hearing these stories. And really the challenge that I'll have for our groups that are attending is, how will this change the way that we show up in our community?
Yeah.
How does this change the way that we behave and interact and really support our community? That'll be the moment for me, is that we can do that level of introspection and drive change.
Thanks for being here and for really being here.
Thank you. And our next stop will be Grita Tu Identidad in California coming soon. We're also invited to Canada, and we're going to Germany also to shout out our identity.
Unbelievable. I'm
Yes.
so proud to have known you, and I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
Very glad. Grita Tu Identidad is Saturday, February 7th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, for more information, I want you to go to the website on your screen, or you can scan that QR code that's on there right now. Jefferson Center for Mental Health sponsored today's segment.